You can go on.
Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. To those who haven't greeted yet, welcome back to another class. This is the chemistry class. Those who have just joined, I was thanking the ones who were able to do my activity that I sent in the WhatsApp group. Well done. Great job. Keep it up. Keep doing those activities that I sent. Those who were not able to do, check it out in the group. If you don't have it, just let me know. I'll send it to you. You try to do that activity, and then I'll give you feedback. It's a great opportunity that we have here for us to learn. Utilize it. Utilize it. If you want to be successful just overall in life, you have to utilize every opportunity that you get. So I hope you take that seriously and do the activity. Okay. Again, this is Yaka. We have so many things that we are offering to students. For now, the access to these lessons is free, but later on in the future, you'll have to pay for these services. And it is a good opportunity that we have to show you what we can do for you and for you to buy into our philosophy that we are introducing about education, which is this online learning. So please, when you get time, show your parents these things about Yaka, the benefits of classes, okay? Things like this here, the benefits of the classes we are offering, okay? How to register, and if they have questions, they can always call us on these numbers. All right, so this is a great opportunity for us. For now, it is free of charge, but later on, it may not be. So it is important for you to share that with your parents. I hope you will do. Okay. The other thing is some of our offers here, as you can see. Our Yaka services, you can pay once a year, a whole year. You'll be accessing teachers of every subject for only 500,000 shillings. Okay, you access work on Yaka website. We have so much work. We have videos in there. We have exercises, activities, assignments, which you do and the teachers grade you. You can call our teachers at any time, whether on a weekend or a school day. We are always working, okay? We're always available. So this offer is so good, very, very affordable. The whole year, okay? The whole year you only pay that. We have things that you can download, like a subject, a single subject, 10,000. Then in primary, all subjects at 30,000. Then in secondary, all subjects at 50,000. You can download the work from our website if you pay for that. We have our website here, Educare, also. That has a lot of work that you can pay for and access, like 20,000 per month, 50,000 quaternary, that is quarter a year, then 70,000 for half a year, and 100,000 for the whole year. Okay, on Educare we have also notes, examination papers, videos explaining things, all those things you can download. Okay, so it's important for you to show your parents these things such that you can benefit from the opportunity. Okay, Once you find time, just let them know. But for now, you'll be studying for free, which is a good thing. All right. So today we'll be talking about laboratory apparatus. Please, if you can't hear me, you say something that teacher, we can't hear you, or your network is not good, you let me know. If you stop hearing me and I can't respond to you or something, just type in the chat box. I'll see the message. So today we'll be looking at laboratory apparatus. So here we're just looking at equipment used in the laboratory for different experiments. And these ones, we always call them the apparatus. Any equipment you use in the lab is an apparatus. It is important for us to study these apparatus such that once you go into the laboratory to do an experiment or something, you are well conversant with them, you know what they're used for, and you know how even to take care of them better. Because once you don't know how to take care of them, you vandalize them. So it's important for us to study these laboratory apparatuses, and we see how they work and how to take care of them. Very, very, very important. So I'll be showing you a picture of an apparatus, and you will raise your hand and tell me what it is, and someone else will tell us the function. Okay, so we're identifying the most common laboratory apparatus. So we'll look at a few that are very, very common. So the first one is this right here. Okay, the first one is this.
The Bunsen burner.
You raise up your hand. Like I said, I need to see the hands. I need to see if you've learned how to raise up your hands. Then I'll pick you. So far we have 2 people raising up their hands. I am going to pick Cedric. Cedric is raising up his hand. Cedric, tell us. This is a Bunsen burner. Very correct. Cedric is correct. Now Daniel is also raising up his hand. Daniel, tell us, what is the function of a Bunsen burner?
For heat. Is this for heating chemicals in a Bunsen burner?
Okay, it is used for heating chemicals. Okay, yeah, a Bunsen burner produces a flame that we use as a source of heat in case we need to heat up any substance. That is very correct. So thank you, Daniel and Cedric. Okay, let us continue and see another one. Okay, yeah, this is a Bunsen burner. We have this one. Again, raise up your hand. I want to see those who have learned to raise up their hands. Daniel, you have already said something. I want someone new. Cedric, you have said something. I want someone new who is going to raise up the hands. Someone new. To raise up the hand, you just there's some dots that you can tap on your phone and then see the options. Okay, if you don't see them, just swipe right. You'll see where to tap and raise up your hand. How Bridget has figured it out. Bridget, tell us, what is this? Yes, Bridget. Bridget, you had raised up your hand. It's a what? Bridget, we can't hear you. Bridget said it is a retort stand, which is correct. Okay. Now, someone to tell us the function of this retort stand. Sometimes we call it a ring stand. Okay, mostly we call it a ring stand. So you can call it a torch stand. Torch stands are no longer available in laboratories, so we use ring stands, but which is okay. They all do the same function anyway, so we can interchange the naming. Now we have someone new. Esther is raising up her hand. All right, Esther, tell us the function of this ring stand. Yes, Esther. Unmute and tell us.
To hold the apparatus. Yeah.
Okay. We didn't hear you well because of the network, but I heard the word to hold. Okay, which is correct. We can use a ring stand to hold the different apparatus in the laboratory. We always tie holders on the ring. Okay. We screw holders on the ring that you might have seen. They kind of look like that. And then on them, you can put something. Okay, you can put something to hold. Okay, I'm sure you have seen such type of thing. So that's the function. Well done. Except the name brought Esther on the Zoom naming, and then the voice was of a male. I was wondering how that is possible, but that's okay. All right, let's continue. This is good. Okay, so we have looked at a stand, we have looked at the previous apparatus. Let's just see the next one. We have this one right here. Who is going to name for us this one? Let me see the first one to raise their hand. Now I'm hoping this Esther is a female name, but if it is the male one who spoke last time, don't speak. Let's see.
Beaker.
Yes, now this is the Esther
It's
I
a
was
beaker.
waiting for. That is correct. Esther, you're correct. It is a beaker. Very good. Can someone tell us the function? Oh, sorry. The function of this, who is going to tell us? There is someone called Daniel Dart. You raised up your hand prior and I didn't pick you. Daniel Dart, say something. Yes, please. We can't hear you well, your network. Okay, Daniel, clear your network. You'll speak on the next one. Let us now pick Claire. Yes, Claire.
For measuring volume.
For measuring volume. Claire, you're 100% correct. The beaker is used for measuring volume. Very, very, very good. Okay, can continue. Now we have here this wonderful man. I know you have seen him before. And he's saying something that normally you guys have experienced. I have no idea what I'm doing. Please don't explode. When you're in a laboratory, this is the prayer you make sometimes when you don't know what you're doing. I hope it doesn't explode because you don't know what you're doing. This is why we're studying these apparatus, such that next time you're in the laboratory, you're not making prayers. You actually know what you're doing. Okay. All right, we can continue and leave Mr. Bean alone to figure out his chemistry. We have another one here. Who is going to name for us this one? Techno P904. You will have to rename Put your name on Zoom, but say something.
Test tube.
This is a test tube, correct? Who is going to give us the function? Someone who has not said anything. Let me see. Some people are not raising their hands. You have to figure out how to raise your hands. Swipe right and look for those dots on the side, and then tap on them. You see the options of raising hands. Bridget, last time I picked you and you didn't say something of your network. I don't know. But say something if your network is okay, Bridget. Unmute and say something.
That's a test tube.
What is its function? Okay, give me a minute. Let me repair something here. All right, the function, who was telling us the function? Bridget, tell us the function of the test tube. Your network wasn't good.
It is used to mix chemicals.
It's used to mix chemicals. That is correct. Even to hold them and things like that. That is very, very, very correct. Okay. Give me a minute. All right. It is used to hold chemicals and to mix them. That is very, very correct. Let's look at the next one. This one right here, who is going to tell us what this one is? Timothy. Yes, Timothy.
It is a.
What is this one, Timothy?
It is a. It's a conical flask.
A conical flask. That is very, very correct. This is a conical flask. What is the function of the conical flask?
It is used in scientific study, especially in liquids.
Okay, measurement of liquids and mixing them and things like that. That is very correct. Now, if you want to sound like a chemist, you'll call this one an aluminum flask. Okay, the spelling is right there. Aluminum flask. You can call it a conical flask, of course, but if you want to sound cool, the people will say, hey, this guy is a cool chemist. You just call it an Erlenmeyer flask, you will see. Okay, very good. Let's continue. What about this one? Who is going to tell us about this one? Let's see who is going to raise up their hand. Anyone new? Raise up their hand, tell us this one. Suvi, yes. Suvi, tell us. Laura, you'll be next on the next one. Be ready. A metal and peso, that is correct. What's the use of a metal and a mortar and peso? Laura, tell us. You raised up your hand to Laura. Do you know the use of a mortar and peso, Laura?
I think they're used for crushing some things.
Okay, very correct. Crushing, grinding, chemicals or substances. That is very, very correct. Well done, Laura. Okay, very good. We have this Mr. Cat here. He's saying, only you can prevent lab disasters. So it's very, very important to study these apparatus so that you can prevent lab disasters. Okay. It's very smartly dressed. Okay, let's continue. What about this one? Who's going to tell us about this one? Yes, Tekino. Tekino
Wire mesh.
P904.
Wire
Wire
mesh.
mesh, that is correct. What is the use of a wire mesh, Timothy? What is the use of a wire mesh, Timothy?
I think it's used in sieving. Not sure.
In what? Your network is a little bit bad. Okay, as you find a better network, let Daniel tell us.
Filtering
Yes, Daniel.
mixtures. Filtering mixtures.
Doing what? Filtering. Okay, good
Yes.
try.
Good try.
That's a good trial. Who else wants to try? Yes, Suvi.
I think it's used
So-
when heating substances.
Yes, it is used when heating. You put it on the stand. Under it, there's always a Bunsen burner so that it can be used for heating. Okay, very good, Suvi. Well done. All right, let's continue. That was a wire mesh. Let's look at another one. We have this one here. Who knows what we call this one? Who would like to try and tell us which one is this? Some people have not said something like Emma, like Hannah, Kugonza. Kugonza, you should say something. Jazira. Yes, Claire.
I think it's an evaporating dish.
An evaporating dish. Good try. Good try. It looks like an evaporating dish. That is true, but it is not this time. An evaporating dish is a little bit bigger. Who else wants to try? Let me see. Okay, Laura, tell us.
It's a petri dish.
Petri dish. Yeah, it also looks like a petri dish. That is true, but it is not a petri dish. It looks like a petri dish, by the way, but it's
Lens.
not.
Is it a lens?
Yes, Stuart?
Is it a lens?
A lens? Aha. It is related to a lens, a little bit close to a lens, but for it has no, it does not contain the magnification like that of a lens, but it is close. It was very, very close. Who else wants to try? Timothy? Some people were writing in the chat, which is very good. I saw, Hannah, I saw your message. It was correct. And also Esther, I saw your message. It was correct. All right, Cedric, tell us.
Magnifying glass.
Very close, but not yet there. Very close though. Daniel.
It's a watch glass.
A watch glass. Very good. Very, very, very good, Daniel. That is correct. This is a watch glass. When you're heating chemicals or you're carrying out a reaction and you want to have a better observation, you use a watch glass. Okay. Sometimes when you don't want to wear glasses, just use a watch glass. Just put it above the chemical you're heating or you're mixing, especially when the reaction is vigorous. You'll be able to observe everything without risking your face or eyes. Very good. I have another guy here. I don't know if you guys watch The Simpsons. The Simpsons. Yeah, The Simpsons. It says some tools are irreplaceable. Protect your hands so they last a lifetime. So when you're using these things like the watch glass, make sure you're protecting yourself. Make sure you're careful so that your hands can last for a lifetime. Who has ever watched The Simpsons?
Me.
That's good.
Me.
These
Me.
guys are very funny. That's very good. I also enjoy them. I like The Simpsons. Very funny cartoon. All right, let's continue. We have these ones here. What are these? Who's going to tell us? Who is going to tell us? Let me see, someone has not said something so far. Nasari, tell us something. You know what these are? Nasari. Angie? Okay. Get ready to tell us the next one. Think about it. Miracle. Do you know this?
I don't remember their name, but I just know they are important.
Okay. You tell us their importance after someone has named them. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Who is going to name them?
Me.
All right. Tell us, Claire.
Pair of tongs.
This is a pair of tongs. That is correct. It's a pair of tongs. So, Miracle, tell us the function of tongs.
It is used for holding test tubes when boiling or when burning metals.
Yes, holding test tubes or beakers or anything. So they're just used for holding. holding different apparatus. That is 100% correct. Well done. Tongs. Okay, good. Now we have these ones here. Who's going to tell us about these? Sorry. These right here. Yes, Cedric?
Pipettes.
Not yet. You've tried, but they look like pipettes, but they're not pipettes. Droppers. Correct.
Yeah.
These are droppers. These are droppers. What are they used for, Steward?
Yeah, I used to bring up chemicals from one dish and drop to another.
Yes, that is true. Carrying liquid substances from one place to another, okay, in small amounts. That is correct. Okay, let's continue. What about these? Sorry, too far. These ones. Esther. These are pipettes. That is correct. What are they used for? Esther, what are they used for?
Measuring a fixed volume of a liquid.
Measuring a fixed volume of a liquid. That is very, very, very correct. And I'm glad you said fixed volume, which is true. These ones, they are not calibrated, but they just measure one particular volume. Very good, Esther. That's a very good answer. Okay, let's continue. Now, some chemists take it too far. This chemist here proposed to the girlfriend with a wonderful pipette. Please don't do that. Don't use pipettes to propose. They're only used to measure fixed volumes. Do not use them in any other form. Okay, we have this one. Who's going to tell us about this one? Emma, what is this one? Yes, Emma. Emma, think about it. You tell us the function. Yes, Miracle.
It's a beaker.
A beaker. Okay, good try. Looks like a beaker. Yes, Daniel.
A graduated cylinder.
A graduated cylinder. That is very, very correct. This is a graduated cylinder. What is its function, Laura?
I think it's used for measuring chemicals.
Measuring volumes of chemicals. That is very true. Yeah, remember always to add the specific measurement. If it is volume, say measurement of volume. Okay, good. All right, let's continue. We have this one here. Who's going to tell us about this one? Bridget, you're too quiet. Yes, Bridget. What is this one?
Thermometer.
Do you know?
It's a
Thermometer. Very good. Well done, Bridget. What is the function of this thermometer, Claire? Okay, Nasali, tell us.
For measuring the thermometer of the liquids.
Yeah. For measuring
Okay, correct. Temperature, measuring temperature. Yes, that is correct. Measuring temperature of liquids. Good, good, good. We're getting there. We have this one. What is the function? Who is going to tell us? Bridget, tell us.
Test tube rack.
Test tube.
Okay, correct. Test tube rack. Suvi, tell us the function of the test tube rack.
It's used to hold test tubes.
Hold test tubes. That is correct. Well done. Okay. We have this one here. What is the function? What is this one? Let me see who's gonna tell us. Yeah, Techno P9.
Filter funnel.
Filter funnel, that is correct. What's the use of this filter funnel, Cedric? Yes, Cedric?
For filtering certain amount.
Filtering. Filtering, that is correct. Okay. All right. Let's see the next one. So we have here a story of these guys complimenting each other. So the bacteria told the petri dish that, hey, you are so dishy. And then the petri dish was like, oh, you're so cultured. And then the microscope told the thing that it was seeing down here, oh, I love you. And then this one said, oh, you are magnificent, because the microscope could see it. And then this fire told, the Bunsen burner told the stand, you have great legs. And then the Bunsen burner was like, the stand was like, oh, wow, you're very hot. Okay, so that's a very good story of apparatus talking to each other. Very interesting. Interesting conversations. Okay, so this is, we're getting towards the end. In a few minutes, I want us to explain some of the how to measure volumes and how it is important in the scientific procedure. So chemistry is a practical subject. To get knowledge, chemists carry out experiments during which they make careful observations and measurements. In order to do this, they use a variety of measuring instruments, which are collectively called apparatus. The success of an experiment is often dependent on the accuracy of each measurement taken. So accuracy is very, very important in chemistry. The measuring devices which are used in everyday life, like locally made weighing balance in some butcheries, and measuring jug are not sufficiently accurate for the needs of a chemist. So we need apparatus that are very, very accurate. Okay, some of the measurement apparatus you see, like in butcheries, are not that accurate for us to use in chemistry. The volume of a substance is the amount of space it occupies. The units of a volume are cubic meter or decimeters cubed. For large volumes and the cubic meter or centimeter, for smaller volumes, you can measure them also in meters cubed, depending on what you want. So meters, decimeters, centimeters cubed are the units for volume. And here are our apparatus we have looked at that help us measure volume. Sometimes we use liters and milliliters, especially in simple laboratory experiments. We have ways to convert this in cubic centimeters, and for us to have more accurate results. Some of the other volume apparatuses that we can use to measure volumes are here. We have a syringe and a conical flask, very, very important in volume. The apparatus used in Uganda laboratories often to show volume in liter and millimeters. Okay. These values mostly, we have to convert them into decimeters cubed and centimeters cubed. So most apparatus will use liters and milliliters. For example, when you go to buy oil on the shop, you'll find that it is measured in liters, not decimeters cubed or centimeters cubed. When in the laboratory, same thing. Most of the apparatus measure in milliliters and liters. But we always have to, for calculations in chemistry, we convert them. Other apparatuses to measure volumes are there: volumetric flask, a pipette, and a burette. And some, and those help us to measure accurate volumes. Okay. We need a high degree of accuracy for us to obtain the right calculations. For example, the degree of accuracy in each apparatus is indicated here. In a burette, we always round off, or we always add 0.5, 0.05, or minus 0.05. In a pipette, same thing, plus or minus 0.05. And then in a volumetric flask, it is plus or minus 0.01 cubic centimeters. So that's the accuracy, the degree of accuracy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Also, the way we look at the measurement of certain liquids, for example, the meniscus. We should always measure, when you look at the meniscus, you draw a line just below it, this line here. It tells you the actual volume. Do not go for the sides. When you go for the sides, this is wrong. You have to go for that lower, the meniscus. Then for liquids like mature that form an upper-shaped meniscus, you go for the upper one. Okay, it tells us the actual volume. Do not go for the lower one for these types of liquids. That's very, very important for you to know. Okay, I'll send out these notes for you to go through and ask questions, or if you have questions right now, you can ask. Thank you for listening and being active today. If you have any questions, ask. I have also communication for you. Cedric, do you have a question?
I forgot my hand up.
Okay, that's fine. Who has a question? Raise your hand and we'll see before we go. Okay, the communication I have is that you have English next. You have 10 minutes to take a break and come back for English. Okay, I'm not going to give you an activity because you have a very busy afternoon. But please, those who didn't do the biology activity, go and complete it. Well done for today. Good job. Have a good evening. If you have questions, you can send them in the group or inbox me, and I'll answer you. Well done. Good job. See you soon.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, teacher.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much, teacher.
You're welcome.
Yeah, colleagues.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you, teacher, and
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye. I love you too.
Colleagues, we have another lesson, English, that is starting at exactly 2. So we may not need to leave